Whether you're setting up your first computer or looking to boost the performance of one you've had for a while, this is your ultimate guide. I'll walk you through the essential do's and don'ts to optimise your computer for peak performance. Plus, I'll share optional tips to personalise your system and maximise convenience. First, I'll go through the don'ts. Don't install unauthentic, unofficial, untrusted software, programs or files. You may come across these when downloading mods, cracked games or software or movies. If saving money is worth the risk of downloading malware, then at least do some research on the reputation of the site you're downloading from. I always search website review or is the website legit? Or even better, is website safe Reddit? Don't update your BIOS unless you're having issues that haven't been resolved by updating other hardware drivers. If you have to update it, make sure that you back up the current version in case you have to reverse the update. Don't install antivirus. Windows Defender is enough. If you got a free McAfee or Norton subscription with your computer, you can either uninstall it straight away or wait until the subscription ends. If your PC didn't come with a free antivirus and you absolutely need one, you can download Avast for free. Just keep in mind that it will only slow down your computer and it may stop programs from working. For example, when I had Avast, Valorant's Vanguard would throw a hissy fit and it would make Valorant completely unplayable. But after uninstalling Avast, Valorant worked perfectly fine. Don't install any unofficial driver updaters or any driver updaters at all. Only update drivers for official softwares like AMD Adrenalin or the Nvidia app. All other drivers will automatically get updated when you do a Windows update. Driver updaters are just bloatware, they don't always install the right driver and it'll lead to devices to stop working correctly. It's then hard to find which device's driver is causing issues to fix the issue. If you know which driver is out of date, hit Windows, search Device Manager, find the device that you're wanting to update the driver for, right click on that device and press Update Driver. Search automatically for drivers and if it doesn't find a new driver then you've already got the best driver installed. Don't change BIOS settings unless you know what you're changing. If you need to change settings, look at tutorials on how to get the desired setting or what a setting will change. Don't install health checks or registry cleaning software. Health checks are unnecessary as Windows and hardware softwares will notify you of any problems. Registry cleaning softwares are meant to clean up files on the drive that Windows is installed on, but it'll only cause issues. They can remove important registry entries, thinking they are not needed, which could lead to system errors, program malfunctions, or even an unbootable system. You can clean up files directly from settings, and this method ensures that no important files will be removed. Just go to Settings, System, Storage, Clean Up Recommendations, see Advanced Options, and then select or deselect anything that you'd like to remove, and press Remove Files to apply this. Don't delete default programs like Microsoft Visual, no explanations needed here. If you're wondering what kind of files these are, go to Control Panel, uninstall a program, and it's these kind of files here. Now moving on to the do's. Backup Windows. To do this, press Windows and search Backup. Press Backup here. Once this is complete, you may have to log into OneDrive. Do this and then Windows is backed up. Manage and dedicate drives and rename them for easier access. You can do this using diskpart in Command Prompt, which is built into Windows, or download Aomi Partition Assistant. This is what I've been using, and of course follow tutorials if you're unsure on what to do. Install hardware softwares. This is for your BIOS, GPU, CPU, cooling softwares, anything. All of them will allow you to update your drivers, but more specifically, BIOS softwares will allow you to adjust fan speeds, RGB, and system diagnosis. GPU softwares will allow you to adjust power settings, resolution, FPS and colour settings, and CPU softwares will allow you to monitor usage, power and temperatures. Ensure monitor settings like resolution, FPS and HDR are correct in the settings. You can do this by right-clicking the desktop, display settings, scroll through these settings making sure they're correct, go to advanced display, and check the refresh rate is correct, output in the right amount of frames. Power settings. Go to settings, system, power. In power mode, I recommend using best performance. Screen, sleep and hibernation timeouts, I set them all to never. Energy saver is off, and the power and sleep button controls are just default. Disable or enable startup apps. To do this, press Windows, search Startup Apps, and then enable or disable any apps that you'd like to start when your PC turns on. Uninstall Windows services that you won't use. To do this, go to Settings, Apps, Installed Apps, and if there's something you want to uninstall, press these three dots and uninstall. I suggest uninstalling things like Skype, Microsoft Teams, and games, as it'll save you space on your computer. Install 7-zip. It's necessary to unzip files that you download, and it is completely free. Although there'll be pop-ups asking for payments, you'll never have to pay. Just close these pop-ups and carry on. peripheral softwares. On these softwares, you can adjust mouse polling rates, DPI, and power settings, and you can change keyboard keybinds, as well as updating drivers and changing RGB. Adjust headphone settings. Go to Settings, Sound, scroll down to the bottom and press More Sound Settings. This will pop up. Just right-click your device and press Properties. Levels will change to volume. Enhancements will allow you to enable bass boost. Headphone virtualization. This creates the illusion of a home theatre whilst using stereo headphones. And loudness equalization. It will make loud noises seem not so loud and quiet noises louder. On advanced, you can change the sample rate and bit depth, getting higher quality sound out of your headphones. And then spatial sound can allow you to enable Windows Sonic for headphones. This creates the 3D sound effect, important for games where you need to know which direction sound's coming from. Make sure you hit apply when changing any settings. Finally, the optional tips. Windows 11 offers lots of personalisation options. You can edit the background, lock screen, system colour, dark or light mode, and taskbar behaviour, as well as much more. But I'll only show you what I just mentioned. Just go to Settings and then Personalisation. To change the background, go to Background. Select any of the default images or press Browse Photos to select your own, and then choose how the photo fits on your desktop. To change the system colour and dark or light mode, go to Colours. On Choose Your Mode, you can select Dark or Light. You can also enable transparency effects. This is what it looks like disabled and enabled. And then on Accent Colour, you can select Automatic or Manual. To get a specific colour, select View Colours, More, and adjust each value or enter a hex code. And then you can enable or disable the colour to show on your start and taskbar, or title bars and window borders. For taskbar behaviour, go to Taskbar, enable or disable task view or widgets, select taskbar behaviours, and enable or disable each option. For taskbar alignment, you can either have left or centre. Automatically hide taskbar makes it so the taskbar only appears when your mouse goes to the bottom of the desktop. Show badges on taskbar apps shows notifications. Show flashing on taskbar apps also shows notifications. Combine taskbar buttons and hide labels means if you have multiple of the same app open, it will just show as one icon rather than multiple. Hide or show desktop icons. This clears up your desktop for a more aesthetic, clean look. Just right click on the desktop, go to View, and show desktop items. To hide desktop items, just do this again. Download an alternative browser. I'll only suggest Chromium-based browsers, as they tend to be faster and more compatible than non-Chromium browsers. The browser that I use is Opera GX. There's two versions, being Opera and Opera GX. The pros: it is fast. You can adjust CPU and RAM usage to maintain performance. Discord, Spotify, ChatGPT, and Twitch are integrated within the browser. It has a built-in ad blocker and VPN, and it syncs to the mobile app. So if you have a website open on your phone and you want to view it on your computer, you won't have to send a link to yourself, it'll just appear on your computer. Plus you can customise the appearance. The only con is that it can be distracting. I also suggest Chrome. The pros: it's fast, easy to use, secure, and has a range of extensions. It also syncs across devices and is customizable. The cons: it has very high RAM consumption and it compromises user privacy. Brave is one of the best browsers you can get. The pros: it is fast, it has a built-in ad and tracker blocker, built-in shields that protects against malicious scripts, and is customizable. Cons: limited extension support, and it has compatibility issues, as its privacy settings and ad blocker may prevent websites from functioning optimally. It is CPU and RAM intensive, and syncing capability is not as seamless as other browsers. Install MSI Afterburner. With this, you can monitor live metrics on your taskbar, like hardware temps, speeds, usage, and power consumption. You don't need MSI branded hardware to do this, it's compatible with any brand. Just download MSI Afterburner, unselect extra downloads that it may want you to install. Once installed, go to Settings, Monitoring, and here it'll show all available graphs that you can put on your taskbar. Just select which one you'd like to monitor, and select Show in Tray icon. You can change the colour here, and press Apply. It'll first appear in the Hidden Icons section. Just hold it and drag it down to your taskbar. When closing this window, make sure you minimize it and don't close it, as it'll stop working in the background. Finally, overclock your hardware at your own risk. You can overclock your GPU, CPU, and RAM. Just follow dedicated tutorials relevant to your hardware. That's all the tips I've got for you today. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video and subscribe for more.